Hi everybody. In this video I'm going to be covering Doomsday. Now he made his debut in Superman Man of Steel Volume 1, issue number 17 in November of 1992, but his current version stems from Batman Superman issue number 3.1 Doomsday in November of 2013. Now he stands 8 feet 10 inches tall and weighs 915 pounds, having red eyes and white hair. He actually has two different origin stories, but both of them have him being derived as a clone. His first and classic origin story is that a scientist named Bertrand actually was trying to create a perfect living being, and so therefore he repeatedly sent a humanoid infant to the surface of an ancient Krypton, which was very harsh. And so each time the being would die due to the environment or due to predators, he would recreate him and make him more powerful than the last. Now, a newer version of Doomsday actually has him being created by an old-school Colonel Zod. He created him and unleashed him on Krypton as a way to shock the complacent Kryptonians back into their old warrior-like ways of life. But at either rate, regardless of his origin story, he has his beginnings in a lab. Now, like I said, it's traditionally been accepted that Doomsday was created by the process of a repetitive cloning. Through the use of this cloning technology, he continually returned to life over and over again and evolved, becoming resistant or immune to whatever killed him the last time. Over time, his body gained the ability to reanimate and to evolve without the use of technology. After a massively powerful being named the Radiant killed him on the first time that they fought, Doomsday revived and was immune to his energy projections, and he had even managed to withstand Darkseid's full Omega effect. Now, the amount of damage Doomsday receives before he dies determines the length of time that it takes for him to fully recover. For instance, when he and Superman mutually died in their battle on Earth, he was outwardly undamaged, and so he only needed a few days to recover. But when Imperiex vaporized him to just a skeleton, it took months and months for him to recover. It's also been shown that he was locked away for thousands of years in a Catalonian burial suit and metal vault. This occurred after he was killed by the Radiant, and his casket was sent to Earth and it was sealed underground in total darkness. Without having the power of the yellow sun to power his Kryptonian body, he could only recover very slowly, and it took him a long time. Doomsday also exhibits a very effective healing factor, and this allows him to regenerate quickly from most all damage. As a result of his genetics evolving, he doesn't need to eat, drink, breathe, or sleep, and his body is almost a totally solid mass with no internal organs. Doomsday is also able to quickly evolve resistance from minor injuries. This was displayed when one time Superman used a sound gun to give him discomfort, but his auditory canals closed up, making him impervious to the weapon. And again, one time Wave Rider paralyzed him, but the second attack backfired because Doomsday triggered a feedback burst. Generally speaking, Doomsday gradually becomes more invulnerable, if not injured beyond his ability to recover. And keep in mind that this ability to recover has no known limits so far. He's also developed weapons and abilities that countered powers of an opponent, being shown to be able to grow his claws and develop a poison that strikes only Superman, and to breathe flames against the fire-sensitive Martian Manhunter, as well as neutralizing his defensive phase-shifting powers. Doomsday's skeleton sticks through his skin in razor-sharp spurs, and these provide protection to his few vital organs, including his brain, eyes, and nervous system. And naturally, he also uses these poison-tipped spurs as weapons. He's also very resistant to heat and cold, and this allows him to survive in the most inhospitable areas or in the vacuum of space. This extreme durability helped contribute to him being able to withstand Darkseid's fully powered Omega effect without any apparent damage. Now, Wave Rider had suggested that Doomsday's body could have been completely destroyed after his battle with the Radiant, suggesting that his healing factor has its limits, but it should be noted that at this point Doomsday was left so damaged that he remained comatose for several thousand years, especially since he was cut off from the solar energy that he needed to sustain himself. But due to him evolving and his almost Zenkai boost type of ability, it makes it very unlikely that anything will be capable of doing that type of damage to him to bring him to that state again. Now, although Doomsday's strength has been shown to vary over time, it goes without saying that he has extreme superhuman levels of strength, at times being able to easily stand his ground against the entire Justice League, including Superman and Orion. He's also shown to be able to break Superman's arm with limited effort, as well as being able to beat Darkseid into unconsciousness. The only real limits that have been shown to his strength is that the Catalonian cables that he was buried in, he was not able to break those. They were only destroyed when the combined efforts of the Justice League ended up ripping them from his body. Prior to this, he was beating all of them with one of his hands tied behind his back. He has incredible endurance, being able to fight Superman without slowing down for an entire day straight, and his speed and agility were able to match Superman's, and he even grabbed Flash one time while he was in motion. Now, although he had a clone that had subsequently developed the ability to fly, traditionally he could not fly, but he could leap for miles and miles at a time. And Superman did take advantage of this their first time fighting, trying to keep him in the air. Now, at one point he was regrown by Lex Luthor, and after this he was genetically part Kryptonian because of his genes having been spliced with Kal-El's. At this point he was shown to be weaker than he was before when he had killed Superman. This was chalked up to him being intelligent, and therefore he would fear death and would tread more lightly. Nevertheless, he lost his intelligence when he was sent back in time, and this reverted him back to his original state of fearlessness. It should be noted though that although he went back to his original berserker state, his Kryptonian DNA then made him susceptible to kryptonite. But unlike Superman, it did cause him pain, but it was not capable of killing him. Now, due to his powers and abilities and his influence on the DC universe, for my 1 to 10 rating, I'll give Doomsday a rating of 10, which is a legendary rating. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you next time. Be sure to like and subscribe to The New Sage.